Hey ladies, how are you this evening? Glad you're here.
Great.
I'm doing some tech stuff. I got to get the rooms done and some of that. So if you guys just want to chit chat, feel free to chit chat. Judy, would you chit chat with them, please?
Oh, sure.
'Cause
How many colognes have you girls sold? Confidently you. We are crazy about this new fragrance.
Judy, I will have to say I've sold more of that cologne, that one cologne, since it's been out and available than I've sold any cologne in 10 years. It
I
is
bel
flying off the shelves.
right. I believe it. Anybody else have a good experience going on here?
I haven't yet, but I wonder if they're going to make it mainline because it smells that good.
It is
Well,
mainline.
yeah, it is mainline, and if we sell a lot of it, it'll be around for a long time.
Good.
So you have control. Did you guys talk to your people who got the lookbooks to make sure that they found the little sample? Because it was so difficult to see, even when I was talking to people, they go, wait, huh? Hmm? Then when they find, oh yeah, there it is. So you want to make sure that you talk to them.
I'm getting
Are you
I don't
everything
even.
ready.
what?
I said I'm getting everything all set up, so keep
We
talking, you
know we have
guys.
great confidence in you. You are our fearless leader.
For tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what other fun stuff is going on? Who has something to say here? Can't be the only one talking. No?
Hello, I'm joining you from the lake, so
Okay. We see the background there.
that's from couple years ago, but
It
it's still
works.
pretty.
It
That's
is
right.
so pretty, yeah. Which lake?
Milford Lake in Kansas.
Hey, I
And it's
haven't,
been windy, but still enjoyable. So,
a house on the lake is a wonderful thing.
yes, it is. And you can work your business anywhere.
Yes, you can. I always wanted a house on a lake, but I have a condo on the creek, so I guess my vision wasn't as clear as it should have been.
It still works.
Yeah, I like it.
Hmm.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, look
Hey,
who's here.
Janet.
Great to see you all. I've missed you. It's been
Hello.
so long.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird missing next last week.
I know it was weird. Well, we are back and we are not going to be separated again. I'm just saying that.
Well, it's an exciting month, the last month of the seminar year.
Yes. And if it's not exciting to you, you should figure out how to make that exciting. Right?
Set a goal.
If you don't have a goal, you got to get one. Of course, I'll talk about that in the close.
Okay.
Hey, Lori. Hey, Dolores. Stephanie, Jenny, Joyce, Linda, Gina, Laura, Jessica, Alicia, Chris, Kelly, Allison Carter, Judy Roman, Donna Bay Scott, Jennifer Vyers. Jennifer Vyers. Oh my goodness. Jennifer's in a brand new unit right now. That's so exciting. Congratulations.
It is so exciting. So I worked harder than I've ever worked this week.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to hear about your results.
Yeah, we did it.
Is Shannon hopping on tonight?
I believe so. I think she had to work, so she'll probably be from her car again because I talked to her earlier. She was at work.
All right. We want to celebrate brand new independent sales director, Shannon. So,
Schumann. Yes.
Human. Very good. Super excited. I had $1,000. Well, I had a plan to do $1,000 weekend. And you know what? I almost feel like it's cheating when you have great customers. When you have repeat customers and then you have a sale, and it's like, that was easy. I was done in a couple hours.
Good
So
for you.
gonna have to bump it up. Gonna have to bump it up next time. Bump up the goal.
Mhm.
Always. We're always moving the needle.
Amen. Well,
Hi, Judy.
that's how you get stronger for sure.
Amen to that. Amen.
Hey, Lisa. Hey, Marilyn. Hey, Kelly.
feel
Hey,
like I need-
Sassy Allison Carter.
You guys
Look.
hear me?
Barely.
Okay. What about now?
It's the same. Is there something in front of your microphone?
I moved things around and now I got a little microphone like this that plugs into my computer that has been very helpful.
Yeah, wow.
I have this ridiculous thing. It's a little Amazon thing. Maybe if I put it right here, is this better?
It's no different. Honestly, is that crazy or
What
what?
about now? Oh, hold on.
I was traveling this weekend and I was doing a go live from a hotel and I put my phone up on the hair dryer. And as I'm like doing my go live, the whole thing falls into my carry bag. Everything falls out. I'm like, oops, sorry. See, anybody can do this. So,
Oh my
technical difficulties. It's just the way of the world.
I love that. I love that when people see that we're normal.
Yeah.
There is such a thing as being duplicatable. If people can't live up to your standards, they might not want to join your team.
Right. Well, they're pretty low right now, I think. Just, be friendly.
Amen. Donna, are we recording already?
Yes, we are.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yes, we are. We're streaming right now live to YouTube. So, okay, let me check my time here at 7:01. So we are going to go get started. Yay! I missed all of you last week. I tell you, it was like Monday night. I don't care if it's a holiday. I wanted to be with you guys on that Monday night. So anyway, I'm so glad we're back and I'm glad you're all here. And it's June. It is June. And so let me tell you about June. This is like we're entering the playoff season. This weekend I went to state baseball and I was watching state track on live stream and stuff. And I tell you what, this month of June is like that in Mary Kay because it's the end of our Mary Kay fiscal year. And it doesn't matter whether you're a consultant, whether you're the top in the consultant's unit and in the unit as a consultant in your unit, or if you just do this to save money on Mary Kay for yourself. Every person in a unit in the month of June is important. And you might be a consultant and just do a stretch goal. Just do better than you did in June last year. So anything that you can do to stretch yourself a little bit, because this is the month that we try to stretch as a unit, as a consultant, and you can help. So you might be going for Queen's Court of your unit. You might be going for the queen of your unit and you're not there yet. So you can stretch. It's not too late to make it to either your unit's Queen's Court or to the queen of the unit. And maybe your entire team is going for one of the unit clubs. Maybe you're going for $500,000. Maybe you're going for $1 million. And this is the month that every single order, even if it's a $15 CDS order to your mother, that counts as one of the orders that puts you in those unit clubs and those achievement levels. Maybe your unit's going for a Cadillac this month. Maybe this is the end of a quarter and it's the end of our Mary Kay year. It is the most important month of our entire year. So, you're needed whether you think you are or not. Your little 15, 225, 250 order counts whether you think so or not. It's important. Okay, I want to talk about what Mary Kay is doing to help us achieve that. And that normally, we get a 50% discount. Well, this month on skincare sets, not the repair, but on the others, and not the men's, not the brand new men's, we are getting a 55% discount so that you make even more. You can still sell it at that price, or you can put a sale on it for your customers. It's totally up to you. But your director will help you figure out how much money you make, how much money you save. There's going to be graphics that go out into all of our, by email and into our private Mary Kay Facebook groups, all that. You're going to know those kinds of things. If you're interested, you'll study it. But what I want to show you tonight, and I'm going to do a screen share to do it. I want to show you how to make sure that you get the 55% discount. Because if you don't order the right thing on the miracle set, if you just go order a miracle set like usual, you're not going to get the 50%. You have to order the special ones, and I want to show you where that is. So hopefully this will take me right to where I want to go. Yes, okay. All right, so I'm going to My In Touch. Now, this is, can you see it? Can you see My Touch? Shake your head yes if you can.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you could go to this promotion right here in the pictures. And if you click on that, it takes you right to ordering, and it takes you right to those special products right here. You're going to notice they have this little thing on the corner that says 55% off. So you could order there. You'd put like you want 2 of them, and you would click out of it like that, and it turns pink. Once it's turned pink, it's up here in your shopping bag, right up here. But I'm going to show you another way to do it, maybe a quicker way. This is if you go to ordering and you go to the 1-page order sheet. I've got it up right here. Here is the June skincare promo right there. So if you click on that, they're all here. Now they've changed this 1-page thing, and I really like their changes. Now you put however many you want in, and I think there's a max of 6 on each of these. Is that correct, ladies? I think it's 6 of each. So you can put 6 of each one in there. And I probably don't want 6 of the, the acne ones. I'm going to work on finding some girls with acne, but I might want only 2 of these. But look, I put 2, and then I go down here and I put 2. They turn purple. Normally they're pink, but right now they're purple. And so I'm going to be working on this order. Now I've got what I want there. I can collapse that. So now I want to look, maybe I want some of the new and limited edition, so I can look down that list. And now I'm going to use this little minus sign and collapse that. Now I'm on skincare. Now here, if you go to the skincare, like the time-wise, this is not your discounted ones. So you don't want to go there. You want to do the June skincare promo. All right, so let's say I've ordered what I want to order. Down here it says I'm already at, I'm at 0. I haven't ordered anything. Do you know why? Because I have not added it to the bag. Notice up there it was purple. It needs to be pink. So I have to add those things I put in that are purple. I add it to the bag, and it's doing its little circling. And now it's up here, 41 things in my bag. And now if you look down here, my section 1 is 6,000 and my wholesale cost is 2,700. And now I can go up to my shopping bag and I can check out if I want to, or I can change it, But I just wanted to show you that new way of doing it. Maybe you guys all knew about it, but I hadn't realized it until I read the news, the Mary Kay news. So there you go. And notice each one of these things has that little black thing that tells me I picked the right thing. Okay, I hope that is helpful. And you guys can, you may not want 6 of each, but I've always stocked up on good sales like that. And then, and especially the Miracle Set, because it's a brand new product and we know it's not going to be changing for a while. So you have a 3-year shelf life on it. You can stock up on it on this sale and have them to sell. You can make that extra percentage on it, and rather than giving it as a sale to your customers. So I always like to do that. All right, so let's move on. Eyeshadow and cheek colors, there's a few of them, not our entire line, are phasing out September 15th, which is when we're going to get a new lookbook. The fall lookbook will be available then. So it's now on Mary Kay on the news. We can post it in our Facebook groups and things and tell you what colors are moving out. So if there's some of your favorites, maybe you want to stock up. If you have customers using it, you can let them know that they're going to be phasing out. But they're going to make a more concise group of eyeshadows and cheek colors for us. And then I think they're going to throw in some limited editions. So that allows us to have new colors a little bit more often and keep everything fresh, but have our core basic colors that look good all the time. I am not disappointed in the list at all. I can work around. There's not a single one there that I can't live without. And so I think I'm excited about what they're doing with that. Okay, the new Power Up prize, I should have showed you that while we were screen sharing, because it is a pink Mary Kay tumbler, one of those insulated tumblers. And so I can't wait to get mine on that. And if you're stocking up on skincare sets, and one of the things they say that they are stocked up, I mean, you can get them at that discount until they run out. Now they hold some of them, they put some products aside that they run that sale with, and when they are out of those, then they no longer have that sale. So whether it goes all the way to the end of the month, I don't know. So if you want some, I would do it sooner rather than later. Okay, now let's go to our winners. In our number 10 position this month, or this week, and remember it was a combined 2 weeks, so this is 2 week stats. Joyce Crable from the Roman unit was at 1,291 points, so woohoo, Joyce.
Joyce.
And then Des Prockish from the Strunk unit, her combined total for 2 weeks was 1,324, so good job, Des. And then Barbara Bell from the Allison Carter unit was 1,359. Yay, 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 yay. And then Kathy Presler from the Strunk unit was 1,960. So she's in the number 7 position. So way to go, Kathy. In the number 6 position is Melinda Rodriguez from the Carter unit at 2,143. Yay, yay, yay. And then in the number 5 position is Lori Parks from the Strunk unit, 3,002 points. We're moving on up. In the number 4 position from the Scott unit is Lisa Schreck with 3,503 points. Woohoo! And now I'm going to skip the number 3 and we will come back to it. In the number 2 position is Becky Osborne from the Roman unit at 5,274 points. So Becky, are you here?
She is.
Okay, you want to unmute yourself and just tell us a little bit about your week. I noticed that you had 2 facials, 2 parties, 1 career chat, and 1,500 in retail sales.
You said it. That's what I did.
Okay, well, tell us how you got your bookings and tell us something.
Bookings from bookings and bridal lead. I'm still working on my bridal leads and just trying to work full circle. Yep, it was a good week.
Okay, Becky, when you do bridal leads, are you contacting them from by text, or do you pick up the phone and call them, or how do you do that?
I call them first. In fact, there's a contract we have with this big bridal group that you have to call them. You can't text them. Okay. First time. You have to call them at least once. So I call them, text them, and I'm still going through some. I haven't even been able to go back through and retext. So, and I just booked another one a minute ago that we're trying to figure this out for like a month. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, that tells me right there that you don't call them once and then forget it.
Right. Well, yeah.
You follow up. Okay. Thank you, Becky. Congratulations. And now Jennifer is in the number 1 position in the haste unit with 8,280 points. So go ahead and let's share a little bit as she's getting unmuted. She had 3 parties plus 6 facials, 5 career chats, 2 new team members, $1,910 in retail sales. So Jennifer.
I worked harder than I've ever worked because I still have a full-time job, right? So for 2 weeks, I stayed in constant contact with my team member who recruited me, who is working on DIQ. And I promised I would not let her down. I said from the jump, we're going to do this. And so every day we stayed in contact, especially the last 2 weeks. And, you know, people don't always do what they say they're going to do. So every time I got referrals, I did what I call a quick turnaround. This is what I just named it on the cuff. And I said, hey, I got a quick turnaround. And I opened up my calendar and I worked harder and longer and stayed up later and did all the things for the last 2 weeks of the month to help my friend because her dreams are my dreams. So that's what I did.
What that's like to have a team member like you. So
Yes.
congratulations. Congratulations. Well, let me bring up our number 3 person because when you're going for a huge goal, you may not go for this goal of being number 1 here because you have so many, you're juggling so many things. So Shannon Schumann from the Haste unit with 5,108 points, ranking number 3 in our group tonight. She was a DIQ and she completed it. She is now a director, brand new director. She started her Mary Kay for the 2nd time in March of 2023. She's a 6-time star consultant and currently a Ruby star. She finished DIQ in her 3rd month with over $16,500 wholesale and earned her pink ticket to the first ever fall retreat for new directors in Dallas. That is so exciting. She had 5 Great Start qualified consultants. She silver medaled in April and gold medaled in March. So Shannon, are you here? We can't wait to hear from you.
I am, and I've got to give Jenny like not only so much kudos for like just the personal work she did, but for the way she elevated me. And Susan, like Susan and I are, you know, both talking. I'm assuming she's on here too. She makes us both better, and we are just so excited to be doing this together. I had those skincare trials going on, so I was still kind of doing those, but recruiting was my big goal these last couple weeks. And so I'd been, you know, talking to people and answering questions and, you know, just different things like that. And
all
it
while
worked.
working a full-time job.
Yes. And, you know, production was huge and it worked out because, I mean, I have to make production again this month, but if we make director production this month, then I earn the ticket to, or the trip to Dallas. So yeah, I'm so excited about that.
Yes, so fantastic. Okay, you guys, if you're not sure what all that means about being a DIQ, becoming a new sales director, you know, that's something you want to talk to your director about because it was my goal from the first time that I met Judy Roman and my recruiter said she wanted to be a director, and I went to my first event. And this is kind of like an event like that. Back then, we didn't have this type of a thing, but I went to something in Denver and I saw 10 directors. That's all there were in Dallas, Texas at that time. I mean, not Dallas, Denver. In Denver, Colorado, were 10 directors standing up, all with the same suit on. And I go, I don't know what that is, but I want one of those suits and I want to be one of those girls. So if you don't know what that means, you need to talk to your director because we want you to have a suit like this too. All right, it is time to move into our groups. Linda Sigel will be teaching image and customer service right here in the main room. So if you don't have any bookings, you stay right here. If you have 1 to 2 bookings on your books, you will be with Judy Roman in the bronze unit, in the bronze room. If you have 3 or 4 bookings, you will be with Susan in the silver room. And if you have 5 or more bookings on your books, Allison will be with you in the gold room. So you've got 30 minutes in there. So we'll see them all leaving. The rooms are open. There they go. And so, Linda, I'm just going to spotlight you, and I'm going to let you go ahead and talk when you're ready.
Okay. Looks like we're still moving around here, so I'll wait just a second. But looks like we're good to go. All right. Today it's image and customer service, and I think they go very closely together. And what I want everyone to realize is you are the CEO of your own business. If you met someone who was the head of a big company and you were in a meeting with them, what would you expect of their appearance, their conversation, their attire? And that's how we want to think about ourselves. Hopefully, you want to treat your business that way. And I have always said, if you think you're going to talk to someone about Mary Kay, be sure to have your hair done and your makeup on. Because maybe I always said, don't wear your Mary Kay pin if you're running to the grocery store at 6 in the morning to buy milk because you forgot the night before and your kids have got to get ready for school. And you have just crawled out of bed. That is not the Mary Kay image we're going for. And so those are times when you kind of go incognito. And those are times when I don't put on my Mary Kay t-shirt. You know, we've got some really cute Mary Kay t-shirts. But if I don't look Mary Kay from the neck up, I'm not going to wear that t-shirt or put a Mary Kay hat on my head because people are going to make some observations. Years ago, I was sitting at church with my family. I had a suit on, probably one of the director suits from a year or two before. And someone behind me said, "Oh, I really like your outfit." And she said, "But of course you're with Mary Kay, so of course you would dress like that." I was like, whoa. She was relating my work with my appearance. And that made an impression on me. When I became a consultant, I decided I needed to have some nicer casual clothes. You know, we all are going to have times when we're just wearing our sweatpants and an old sweatshirt. I understand that. But that's not when we talk business. But I wanted to have maybe a casual skirt or dress that I could wear, maybe a sundress in the summer or something easy in the winter that I could just pull on with boots, that I could look a little more professional but be totally comfortable. And you just start. It was a great excuse for me to buy some nicer things that were my everyday clothes that I went to the store in, or that I went to my kids' ball game. Sure, there's times when we aren't going to look our best. I learned not to wear my Mary Kay t-shirt or sweatshirt at a cross-country meet that my husband was coaching or my kids were running in if it was pouring rain and 40 miles an hour wind, because if you have to go in to grab something to eat, you look like you've maybe been a drowned rat or something. And I didn't want Mary Kay spread across my shirt for that. So those are just some examples of things to think of. When we are at our appointments we want to dress professionally with a skirt or a dress. Have your makeup done, have your hair done. We want to be the professionals. And I have been to meetings or appointments with customers before saying, oh gosh, you didn't need to dress up. And I said, well, I'm working. You can be as casual as you want, but this is my work. And I, have my own personal dress code. Actually, it's Mary Kay's dress code, but it's my own personal one too. When we attend Mary Kay events, whether it's like this or whether it's at seminar, Mary Kay's standard is a dress or a skirt. And I mean a professional dress or a skirt, not the casual sundress, but a professionally attired outfit. You don't have to spend a lot of money on your wardrobe if that's a concern that you have or a limitation that you have. You can have one outfit or you can have two outfits. You can have two outfits and then you can make a note in your calendar which one you wore so you don't wear the same one every day. But you know what? It really doesn't matter. As a sales director, we all wear the exact same thing. At seminar, 3 days in a row. And now people wear different things underneath the jacket. But for many years, it was the same skirt and same blouse and the same jacket 3 days in a row. So you don't have to have lots of different things. And I always say, purchase yourself a nice black skirt. You can put a sweater with it. You can put a blouse with it. You can put a blazer with it. You're going to change it up. But all you need is the one black skirt. And then you're ready to put on that red jacket, because what looks best with the red jacket is a black skirt, white blouse. It's the Mary Kay red jacket uniform. So that is something to think about. So you can keep it super simple. You don't have to have a whole new wardrobe. All you need is your black skirt, and you can put the tops that you have in your wardrobe right along with it. We always, and maybe I already said this, but I don't know if I did, but if you would look at you, would you say, I want to take tips from her on skincare and glamour? So look yourself in the mirror sometime and say, do I look like I know what I'm doing to teach someone else? And you are your own walking billboard. You are advertising your product. That's why putting on some lipstick is important, wearing some mascara. There may be days that you don't do eyeshadow or whatever, but the other thing is skincare. Have good skincare. Know your products, use your products, and they will be making a difference. You never know when you're going to see somebody who's so sharp that you want to have as a customer or a team member. And so you always need to be prepared, mentally and physically as well. Now, I want to talk a little bit. We have a kind of a different thing going these days because we do virtual appointments. When you're holding a virtual appointment, you need to look and dress as professional as you would if they were sitting at your table at home, or if you were sitting in a meeting live. It's the same thing. So when it's really easy to kind of fall away from that because, we're here at home, we're not going out of the house, we're just clicking on here. But from the waist up that we can all see, you need to be Mary Kay professional at your meetings. That means having your hair done, having your makeup on, and sitting up. Sometimes it's really easy in an evening. You just want to slide back and sit in a recliner and hold your phone or your computer. But then we're all looking up your chin. And I don't know about you, but that's not my best look. The other thing is, if you are tired, you've had a big day, hard day of work, if you sit in a recliner, You just might lean back and look like you're on vacation. You are at a professional meeting. So if you have trouble staying awake or staying alert or feeling in touch with the meeting, sit on a hard chair or sit on a chair that doesn't lean back. Make sure you are doing what you need to do to be professional, even on a Zoom meeting. It's so easy to fall away from that, but it's very important not to get lazy on it, is what we do. The other thing is when we're traveling and arriving at an event for Mary Kay, say it's seminar, say it's career conference, we want to look professional from the get-go. We are representing Mary Kay the moment we step onto that plane and off of the plane or out of your car in front of the hotel that you might be staying at. You can dress comfortably and still look professional. You don't have to wear the sweatpants or the shorts or whatever. You can find, if you really feel like you need to wear slacks, find a comfy pair of nice slacks. You can wear a dress or a skirt that is comfortable. You might have to shop around, but you can look professional and feel casual and still be representing our company. Many times through the years, we have traveled for Mary Kay, and the hotel people comment, the airline people comment that we look professional, right down to the bag you're carrying. Is it professional looking? Doesn't have to be expensive, but you want it to look professional. Maybe kind of a tote that looks more like a briefcase, not necessarily that, but something that you would think, if you think, think of a professional person you know, and think, what would they do? And that has always been a great example. When it comes to customer service, we've talked a little bit now about looking professional. Customer service is so important. I find it very, very embarrassing when I come across a customer that says, well, I have to wait 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks for my consultant to get my products to me. That is not representing Mary Kay. That is not representing, and what anyone does represents all of us because we're all part of the Mary Kay brand. So that is an example of having some inventory on hand. You know, I always say someone might be able to wait a little while for a body lotion. But if I am out of my foundation, I can't wait. And so think about having the things. If you say you're a consultant, be available to your customers. The other thing is return their call. If they call you, return their call in timely fashion. I try to call people back the same day. Sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes it needs to be the next day. A week is not a professional way to provide customer service to your customers. They will look for a different consultant. The other thing is, if I say I am going to deliver my products at 2 o'clock, or sometimes I give myself grace, I'll say 2 to 2:30, because, you know, things happen. But it's something really big happens, and I'm not going to get there by 2:30, I need to be on the phone and telling them I am not going to be able to be there because they may be waiting to leave to go somewhere else. The other thing is, it's your word. You say you will be there by 2:30. If something really happens that you can't be, you know, then you need to let them know. But under promise and over deliver is always what we want to do. When we bring the product, sometimes I usually use the cute Mary Kay pink plastic bags that they get. I also, especially for a new customer or a customer that maybe I'm going into an office or a workspace or where I know there's going to be several other people looking, put those products in maybe a little gift bag and have it look cute. You'll draw attention and you will get additional customers because people will say, "What'd you get in that gift bag? Is it your birthday?" No, that's just my Mary Kay consultant. So that is something also what you want to consider. Whoops, sorry about that. My granddaughter was calling for her bedtime visit. I had to cut her off. Too bad. So those are things that I really, really want to emphasize on customer service and image, and looking your best and acting your best. So I want to open it up for questions and comments of anything I've had to say, or things you've learned, or also we can always think of what is it that impresses you when you receive excellent customer service from someone. That is a great thing to be in tune to, because if it impresses you, then you can do it and you can make a good impression on your customers. So, questions, comments, thoughts? Anybody? Does anybody have a uniform that you wear to do Mary Kay deliveries?
Hey, Linda, there's someone in the comments that has a question.
What?
Someone in the comments has a question.
Oh, okay. So you have to wear a dress when delivering product. Well, things are changing. I would say, yeah, wear a dress, but sometimes it doesn't work out. If you're not wearing a dress, look sharp in your slacks.
Okay.
Janice Strunk has stopped by my house often, coming and going and doing things with customers. She always looks cute. She may be casual, but she always looks sharp. And if you have a pair of jeans on, you want them to be nice jeans, and you can throw on a top and a sweater or a jacket, and you can look elevated. We always want to look elevated. For many, many, many years, until probably this year, I always wore a dress to do deliveries. It wasn't hard. In the summer, I had kind of a sundress that I could put on real quick with sandals, get out the door. In the winter, I had a long skirt and I put on my boots. I could have my socks on that I'd been wearing around all day, my fuzzy socks inside my boots, but I had my boots on and I had a dress and I had my coat on. So it doesn't have to be hard.
Linda?
Yeah.
I remember when I was brand new at Mary Kay, I didn't have a lot of money and I only had 2 dresses and I alternated, like you said. First facial was this dress. This one was my second facial. And one time somebody said to me, "Is that dress your uniform?" Because she'd been to like 3 or 4 of my parties. And I said, "Yes, it is." And we do have a uniform now. You can get a beauty coat, and I have used my beauty coat. I still use my beauty coat. I've been doing virtual facials and stuff for the past 2 or 3 months, and that's what I wear as I put on my beauty coat, and it's very professional. And I didn't know how to look cute, like Linda's talking about, business casual. If that's not your strong point, you need to watch other people, look at directors, look at some of the top directors on Facebook and go through their pictures. And they'll be in casual situations, but you can learn what that looks like. And then I had to elevate my store too. I started going, I live in a small town, small area. So Dillard's at that time was about the best I had. I thought if you went into Dillard's, I never, didn't even used to go in there, but I found that there's people that will help you dress cute. And also sometimes they have some of the very best sales. You can get things on sale sometimes at a place like Dillard's or Macy's or something like that, cheaper than you can get at, a store that you think you can afford.
Can I share something?
No. Yes.
You're naughty. Okay. I like to
That
go
was not an example of professional image. That was what not to do.
That's right. Don't say no to me. Sorry, teasing. Okay, you guys, I go to Marshall's and I'm going to show you. I did not have any appointments today, and this is what I had on. So I've got these are like stretchy pants, and if you're like, I don't want to be uncomfortable, go buy you some of these. They look cute and classy, and right now the flared leg is really in style. And so all I did was I just had this little, a little white, actually it was a t-shirt I changed, but it was just a white t-shirt and this, and grab you some cute sandals, and you just get your Mary Kay on, get your hair done, do up your hair. And by the way, I'm getting my hair done tomorrow, so this is like not my best hair day. But you guys, fake it till you make it. Figure it out. If you need to get your hair colored, put some eyeshadow in there, or maybe put a hat on, put a cutesy tootsy hat. I'm going to start buying some berets or something fun so I can cover up my hair in between. But you guys, you can do it.
The other thing that I just thought of is get ready in the morning. I've had this rule for myself for years that I had to be ready. If I was working from home, I had to be ready professional by 9 a.m. And what that involved was my hair done and my makeup on. Now, maybe it was a day I expected to see nobody, and I would still do my hair and have my makeup on up through foundation, because you can throw the rest on real fast. Because through the years, I've had many, 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 many times when a customer calls and says, hey, I'm in town. Can I stop by in 15 minutes? Now, if you're waiting to take your shower till noon, or you are just running around in your PJs and haven't combed your hair, you will find the way to get cute within 15 minutes. But I've learned it's well worth, as sure as I don't do that, somebody's going to need to stop by. And I'm not going to tell a customer who needs whatever and wants to stop by and pick it up, oh, no, that won't work when I'm sitting here at my house. I at least have my hair done and my makeup through foundation, and then I can scramble the rest of it. I may have my sweatpants on and in a t-shirt, but I can rip that off and put on a something better and meet them at the door looking like, yeah, I'm like this all the time.
Linda?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not finished. Go ahead.
No, that's okay.
You talked about hair, and one of the things they've always said to us is if we haven't gotten a compliment on our hair in the last month or so, it's time to go back to our hairstylist and say, make me look cute, change the hairstyle. So it may, sometimes we get in a rut. We've had our hair the very same way. Now, my daughter will say my hair has been the same for the last 40 years that she's known me.
Yeah.
And it has, Linda?
No.
No, it hasn't. I've changed my hair. She doesn't think I have, but I have. And so I am not good with my hair, and I have very fine hair. And so I'm always envious of these people with great hair. But you may have to have your hairstylist teach you how to use products and stuff. And I don't know how to do that very well, but sometimes I've had Jana come over and fix my hair, But I would say hairstyle, even though we're not in the hair business, but that's part of our image that Linda's been talking about.
I'm going to read something just in case you didn't notice it. Jessica Harvey said, I'm on vacation now and wearing a dress every day. I've received so many compliments, it's crazy. I'm just more comfy in a dress. you can find comfy dresses. They can be very, very comfortable. In fact, for me, pants aren't very comfortable, dresses are more comfortable. Everybody's different that way. It doesn't matter. But you can, if you need to wear a dress, you can find one that's comfortable. And do an experiment. We have often done the experiment of dress up a little bit and go shopping. Someone will come up to you and say, "May I help you, ma'am?" Faster than if you looked like you've just come out of your yard doing yard work. And people notice you and they want to provide you that help that you probably want. And so just do a little experiment and notice how people respond to you. They will respond in a different sort of way.
And because of that, if you need leads, you put on your Mary Kay stuff and your Mary Kay name badge or pin or whatever, and you go out into the store. You go grocery shopping, you do whatever, all dressed up like you just came from an appointment, and you pretend like you just came from an appointment. I've done that many times.
You can also look on MK Connections, and they have a lot of very cute t-shirts that are sparkly or a little more elevated, more of a V-neck, just look a little bit more dressy. And put that with the slacks or the jeans that you're wearing, and a cute jacket or sweater with it if it's that type of weather. And so you're advertising your Mary Kay. But like I said earlier, don't wear your Mary Kay t-shirt if your Mary Kay from the neck up isn't there. So
if you look at Jana right now, what do you notice about Jana? Can you guys see her? You put it on gallery, you probably can see her. But what are some things that you notice about Jana right now? Okay, I'll talk. Jana doesn't think her hair it's a good hair day. I think Jana's hair looks just great. But I notice her earrings. She's got nice big hoop earrings on. They look good. She's got lipstick on, besides looking sharp in her jacket. So image can be a little bit bigger, bolder earrings maybe than you've ever thought you would be comfortable wearing. I can wear big things now where I didn't used to be able to wear big earrings. When I came into Mary Kay, I thought I can maybe do skincare, but I am not going to wear lipstick. Absolutely no. Well, guess what? I like to wear red lipstick now, but I had to get used to seeing it. I would put it on, and that was a real light pink at that time. It wasn't red. It was just the bare lightest color we had. And I'd walk by the mirror and I'd go, "Oh, yuck." Because in my mind, I thought I looked awful. But then I kept wearing it back, and I'd walk back and forth and see myself in that mirror until I got used to seeing me in the mirror. And I remember the day that my husband came home, and I was a brand new Mary Kay consultant, still trying to get used to when I started, I wasn't quite sure where you put eyeshadow, but I assumed it was near the eye. That was how bad I was at this. And so one time he came home and he goes, "Boy, you sure have been looking nice lately. I wish you'd do that all the time." And I had lipstick on, which I thought I couldn't possibly wear. So if you are like me, like I was, then just start going a little bolder with some stuff. And if you need makeup help, your director would love to help you with makeup. You can do it virtually over Zoom and learn how to use eyeshadow for your eye shape and where to put cheek color for your cheeks and what would be the best colors. And let's try some lipsticks, and that will improve your image.
Okay, when I open up, we're probably everybody's coming back in, but does anybody have any last minute thoughts or questions?
Yeah, I put up a couple notes in the chat that, because it's one of those things that's kind of stuck out on my mind when we've gone to Mary Kay activities. That I know it's just to be conscious of the fact the length of your skirt should be a business length, not a go out to the bar length. And your shirt or your dress should not have the girls jumping out.
Professional is the key word.
Well, which profession? Just keep in mind which profession you're portraying.
Thank you. I thought this was
That's
very
correct.
informative.
Good. All right. Who is doing our closing tonight?
I am doing the closing. Is everyone back in here?
Mm,
All right, let's close the breakout rooms if we,
They have been.
oh, they have been? Okay.
Mhm.
All right, sounds great. Well, I'm up to bat then. Ladies, I'm so excited that you all chose to hop on tonight. It is the month of June. And as we wrap up the seminar year, everyone is watching what you do. Okay? They might not know your sales director, but they know you. Not just your sister, not just your senior beauty consultants, not just your sales director. I'm talking about your family. I'm talking about your neighbors. I'm talking about the people in your community. If you don't have a goal right now to complete by the 15th of June and by the 30th of June, get one. And I tell you that because you have a potential to make a great impact on other people. You have to run your race this month as if Mary Kay herself and God are sitting on the sidelines watching you. I'm going to go ahead and repeat that for the people that are just now hopping on here and joining us. As we're wrapping up the seminar year, everyone is watching you. Maybe you're like, well, I don't know that I'm going to complete anything big. It's just not possible this year. Well, guess what? This is the month for you to build momentum so you are already going full steam ahead when July 1st comes around. You have to run your race this month as if Mary Kay herself and God are sitting on the sidelines watching you play. You play in your Mary Kay business all out. That's the way we play in the month of June. It's actually the way we should be playing all year long. But without a shadow of a doubt, in the month of June, everyone knows that the Mary Kay seminar year ends at the end of June. They are watching and people want to support you. They want to be part of your goal. If you do not have one, you must get one. I don't care if you have 5 minutes to work your Mary Kay business a week. Get a goal to finish by the 15th and get a goal to finish by the 30th. And don't forget, star quarter ends on the 15th. People will be inspired to do great things themselves when you take a chance and you step out in faith and set a goal and work with all of your heart to achieve it. When was the last time that you did something like that? Guess what? You can do anything for 29 days, 28 days now. You can do anything for that long, right? Am I right? Yes, you can. Absolutely. You see, it's not so much about the goal. It's about who you are becoming in the process. And maybe it's about who you are inspiring in the process. In the Bible, in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31, it says, so whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do everything for the glory of God. Don't go cheap. Don't go shortcut. Go for the goal. Do it all for the glory of God and honor him in your race. Okay? You guys, have an amazing week. And we cannot wait to see you here next week. It's going to be off the charts amazing all month. Get all your Mary Kay girlfriends on here. Go get yourself a goal and tell somebody about that goal. Congratulations again to Shannon and her entire unit. We are so excited for you. And we're so excited to just celebrate you all. So anyway, have an amazing, amazing week, friends. Chat with you soon.
Bye. Thank you.